When a man called at the house, this German Shepherd showed where her loyalties lay. It was as if Freya the German Shepherd knew that someone was lurking outside the rear of the property. So, when the back door was opened, she bounded out to see who it was. And despite the man's attempt to lean up against the brickwork and evade her attentions, Freya wasn't fooled. When she saw him, she didn't even have to think twice about what to do, and dashed directly at the overwhelmed visitor. As you might guess by the name, German Shepherds were initially bred to herd sheep. So it goes without saying that the doggos have a reasonable amount of smarts. In fact, according to Stanley Korn's 1994 book, The Intelligence of Dogs, they are the third brightest breed in the world. And the canine psychology professor at Vancouver's University of British Columbia knows what he's talking about when it comes to kennel cleverness. It is precisely because German Shepherds are so savvy that they are able to serve mankind so well. Indeed, all kinds of organizations often employ German Shepherds as working dogs. In addition to the breed's braininess, their power and obedience make them ideal for duty in the military or police. These are the roles that they are perhaps most well known for. However, their intelligence also makes them effective as search and rescue or assistance dogs. Korn's studies in Canada have revealed that dogs are generally as smart as 2-year-old children in some aspects of development. German Shepherds, alongside Border Collies at number 1 in the canine IQ poll, and Poodles, showing second, show a capability in line with that of a 2.5-year-old. But while we obviously cannot be certain how much information dogs can process, we can be sure pooches possess long-term memory. That means they can remember people, places and events from the past. There have even been cases of dogs recognizing their owners after several years of separation. German Shepherds are also a very dependable breed that can be very protective of their humans. So it should come as no surprise that the loyal animals are keen to investigate any visitors to their household. That was evidently the case when an unnamed woman's home received an unexpected visitor. A cameraman filmed the event. The footage shows an unidentified man getting out of his car and approaching the back of a house. The location is not specified, but, judging by the accents and style of housing, it could be the north of England. There are cages in the homeowner's yard of the kind used by a dog sitter or kennel operator. The man peers through a window, while the female homeowner goes to open the back door with a key. The pair seem to be colluding in a surprise. The male caller leans up against the wall, trying to remain out of view. Meanwhile, the cameraman has taken up a position opposite the woman's door. This is an ideal vantage point for them to capture what happens next. The homeowner opens the door, and a blur of German Shepherd rushes to greet her. When the animal notices that there are visitors, the excited dog pushes past the woman to get outside. She notices the cameraman first, and we can hear him calling out her name. The German Shepherd, who the footage identifies as Freya, looks towards the sound of her name being called for a split second. However, her attention is caught by the male visitor, who walks further into view and crouches down. And it does not take the doggo long to detect him. Indeed, Freya lets out a single quick bark, then dashes straight towards the man with her ears flat against her head. When she reaches him, however, Freya's tail starts wagging like crazy, and she runs into his arms. The video's description provides an explanation for the craziness. Apparently the man is Freya's human, and they have been apart for months. As a result, the female homeowner has been looking after Freya until they could be reunited. It is unclear what caused their separation, but what is certain is that their reunion is packed with emotion for both the man and his best friend. To begin with, Freya is happy just snuggling into her human, but then she jumps up for a hug. The doggo is so manic with excitement that she simply cannot stand still. She keeps doing little spins of joy while her owner fusses her. Furthermore, Freya's delirious delight is audible. Throughout the duration of the 2-minute video, the German Shepherd lets out little whines and loud whimpers. At some points, Freya even sounds like she's crying with joy. Moreover, one anthropomorphic-minded commenter noted that there are times it seems like Freya is yelping out the words, "I love you." Nonetheless, dogs are social animals, and vocalizing is one way that they communicate with one another. It has also been suggested by experts that canines imitate certain human speech patterns, such as tone and pitch. So regardless of whether Freya knows the meaning of the words or not, it is possible that she is imitating appropriate speech for the highly emotional moment. Meanwhile, the caged greyhound in the foreground is thoroughly nonplussed. Regardless, Freya cannot resist rubbing herself up against her human's legs and pressing her body against him. Then when the dude sits down on the ground, Freya seizes her chance and dives on him. She plants her paws on her owner's chest and showers him with doggy kisses. But this exuberant show of affection does not satisfy Freya. It seems she wants to be as close to her human as she possibly can, presumably to make up for a lost time. As soon as Freya gets the chance, she sits in his lap and snuggles into his arms. Her human holds her close, and nuzzles into her neck, and just when it seems like things cannot get any better for Freya, she experiences another level of joy. Belly rubs. What's more, as her returning owner strokes her stomach, Freya does the sweetest thing. Her hind leg begins to pedal around, as if she is experiencing the utmost pleasure in the world. One grateful social media user wrote, "I swear the German Shepherd puppy is saying, 'I love you, don't leave me.' This is such a good way to wake up in the morning." Needed the smile. Thank you. Hopefully Freya will never have to go so long without seeing her best friend again. However, if she does, you can be sure that they will both enjoy the reunion when he gets back again. The heartwarming footage shows how much Freya's human loves her, and it is safe to say that the feeling is definitely mutual. Please share this heart-touching story with your friends and family and subscribe our channel for more.